right.
What's up, boys? I'm here with Roby. He had to make the
Slutty.
in-person
In-person
appearance.
appearance. Yep.
Yeah, it's real cool. So we're gonna grind some stuff out. But before that, we have a sponsor today. We're gonna go ahead and roll our Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. We're only required to play the first 5 seconds, so we're good now. Uh, we're good to get right into it.
Yeah. I had that in the contract
Yeah,
before I came over here.
yeah. Roby would not come over unless I was sponsored by Raid Shadow
Yep.
Legends.
It's the only way I was going to do this. So I'm glad we can make it happen, dude.
So we'll get into our week 5 review. We're going to start with Jake and Justin. Wow, that's weird. I don't think it's the first time I called him Justin, not Jo. And
Justin.
like
By his
Justin.
government name, the forbidden name. All right. So what we got here.
All right, so we got Jake and a W by 19 and a half.
Yeah, looks like a easy dub there. Um, yeah, I don't know. The Najee Harris and not really living up to can't his hype that coming into the season that people thought he would have, and it was just really the Steelers sucked this year, so it's
Yeah,
kind of that.
I think the biggest thing is like last year, Big Ben was just peppering with targets, and that's why he got so big scores. And this year, I thought maybe Pickett would throw to him more, but it didn't look like it this game actually. On the flip side, Jake's getting huge value out of Josh Jacobs. I mean, the last 2 weeks he's put up so many points. He's got to be the running back one over the last 2 weeks.
It's definitely somebody I feel like they've been waiting on to like he's got the ability to just turn into a sweet back, but it's like in real life he's a good running back, but like fantasy wise, like, people like that, like, I don't know if they'll kick it on and finally can kick it on this season.
Well, it was also a huge part of it was Gruden because I mean Gruden would always just he would randomly just take him out, and I thought that's how it was going to be with Josh McDaniels because that's what he's done in his whole career. They've used like four backs at a time,
Yeah,
and then this year they're
I'm
just letting
surprised
him
by that too, honestly.
just letting him run.
So yeah, he's doing great. Damian Harris, yikes,
He got hurt pretty
got
early
hurt,
on.
got
Yeah.
hurt. So Ramondre
T.
Stevenson.
Higgins as well. So
Yep.
Jake pulled this one out with 109 points with getting two players hurt at the very beginning of the games and Conklin's one too.
Yep.
I mean, 109 is a huge score with two people with zeros and one person with 1.5.
Yeah, I don't know if he got hurt or not, but he has been putting up a lot of points like this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
The other thing is he was putting up a lot of points with Flacco, so I don't know. Maybe Zach Wilson not a big fan.
True.
On the flip side, Jo also had a disappointing game by his tight end. Gerald Everett's been tearing it up as well and didn't get anything. He had another disappointing game by Christian Kirk as well, who's been really good.
Yeah, I thought Kirk would be somebody that would have that good game if all else fails. All the other guys kind of fail. McLaurin, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't had a bigger year than he's had.
Wentz just like the other guys.
Yeah, like everybody else.
Yeah. Jo's got Kenneth Walker going forward though. Kenneth Walker, new number one back in Seattle. But at the same time, Jake's got Jonathan Taylor hopefully coming back.
Right. Yeah, they'll both have two running backs emerging. I think that'll be good for JL coming up.
Yeah. We got Brian with a stunning 69.5. He couldn't even have like the cool 69 number. He had that.
Could have been a perfect 69, but
couldn't even do that. So this game, Leonard Fournette finally caught fire. I think he had like 56 catches, something like that. I mean, put up 30 points.
I saw he had a bunch of catches.
I can't imagine what the score would have been in PPR. It would have been ridiculous.
I mean, who else? He's got Brady just kind of puts up his standard 20 to 25 points a game. It's just getting the job done.
Yeah.
And I think the healthier his receivers get throughout the season, hopefully that he'll keep doing that. And I mean, it would take a little bit away from Fournette. I feel like Brady's always done that, and James White in New England too, always dumping it off to the back. So Leonard Fournette could be, if he could keep up what he was doing, then Sethson should be good. And then like DK and Debo hit, his team could be turning the tide here.
And Tombo's not here to roast the team this week, so
get
a little bit less hate.
A little less hate. I mean, and I thought Miles Sanders was going to be dog shit this year, but he's decent. Didn't have a great game last week, but I mean, I feel like he's still,
Very hot, cold.
yeah, he's hot and cold, but he'll keep getting the volume because, in real life, the team likes to give him the ball, and they're having a great year. Jalen Hurts is balling, so I feel like he'll keep dispersing. This
Yeah.
week might be tougher because they're facing a good defense with the Cowboys, so we'll see.
Yeah. Also, Darren Waller from the zero. Brian's gonna have Tim Tebow, not Tim
Yeah,
Tebow.
on the
Sorry,
flip,
he's
yeah,
he's gonna have Taysom Hill on that spot
on the
going
flip side of
forward.
that, Tyreek Hill has been taken off. It sucks. Both our quarterbacks getting hurt.
Yeah.
Mari Cooper, I think he's a guy that could be started, for the rest of the season, probably. Even with Brissett, he's been solid. Tyreek, yeah, Melvin Gordon, who knows with him, because he literally just fumbles the ball because I don't know because his name's Melvin.
Yeah. He's not had a stellar year, and but that game was a terrible game to
Horrible.
watch.
9-12.
Yeah.
It's like a baseball
It's
score.
I don't see tonight's game being any better. All right, we go ahead on to the next one. We take a look at benches. Brian's got Brian.
Brian's got B-Rob back. Fucking 50 Cent out here.
Many men.
Yeah, many men.
All right, moving on to Garrett versus Teets. Teets' team is really taking a fall lately.
Started off very hot. I mean, Eckler had a great game, and uh, Lamar Jackson had like a surprising, 15 points. But I think Cincinnati's defense is pretty good. Honestly, they just haven't been clicking it all this year.
Yeah,
Their defense is good, and I feel like all the teams in the AFC North have centered their defenses on ways to stop Lamar Jackson by getting like. So I feel like he'll still have his games against the AFC North teams and ball out against all the other teams too. Rough go with Naheem Hines getting hurt. Uh, so that really sucks balls. Brandon Cooks is solid, but just they can't. Jacksonville has a good defense though, so I wasn't surprised at that. I think they're very underrated defense.
I don't know. I don't know. Jacksonville's good defense. I do think Houston has a terrible offense.
They do.
Yeah, but yeah, I know. I'm not sold on Jacksonville yet.
They're not. They're not giving up a whole lot. They're in everything.
They are.
So.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith looks good. I think he'll be good for the rest of the season. Zach Ertz, I don't know. Tight ends suck. Instead of running backs, all running backs and tight ends, besides like Nick Chubb, and honestly, I mean Eckler's been doing really good lately. I mean, it's just been tough for running backs this
year. Yeah, and with DeAndre Swift out, that's a big part of Keith's team. I think when Swift comes back, he'll be really good. Speaking of really good running backs, Brees Hall finally turned it on. Miami's not a very good run defense, so we'll see if he can continue to do it. I think he can. I think he's going to be really good.
I think so too. He looks great.
The player I'd more be worried about at running back would probably be Kamara, honestly. He put up 20, but Seattle's run defense is also awful.
True.
And he hadn't looked good up to that point.
No, yeah. I just feel like they're going through like all these different quarterbacks right now. They're back to the Jason Hill getting the ball all the time and stealing everybody's touchdowns, which ruins it for like literally any receiver.
Yeah, I wonder what
running back on that team.
Kamara's score would have looked like had Taysom Hill not gotten so many touchdowns. He could have an absolute huge game. On the bench, I mean,
pretty much played who he could have played. It's funny because we had two Jets running backs that did great.
Yeah.
It's not like you could have played them both.
Yeah, I mean, you could have played Michael Carter over Singletary.
Could have.
Also, I do want to point out, though, that Michael Carter's game consisted of vulturing 2 touchdowns. So he would have honestly had 4 points had he not taken 2 touchdowns that Brees Hall got down to the 1-yard line. And then Michael Carter ran.
That's how it is, dude. I mean, they have a good backfield, too. So they're going to do it just like, I see even the Vikings do it, and Madison with vulture touchdowns. Hunt, but Hunt's, he's a borderline starter. So
Yeah, it's just. I mean, I was watching, and it was like if he got down, Bruce got down to the 1 yard line twice, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a Carter.
I don't know. DJ Moore, I think now that Baker Mayfield isn't his quarterback, from here on to who knows when, I think he's going to get the ball. Hopefully.
I don't know, man. PJ Walker, I tried to use him in a couple leagues last year, and I thought he was gonna be good. He's
Is
pretty
Sam
awful.
Darnold hurt?
Yeah, he's still
okay.
hurt. Yeah.
Darnold's-
They said like 2 or 3 more weeks. He had a high ankle sprain.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It must have been a really high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
All right, we got Jason versus Bo.
Bo's team. I don't know. Bo's team going forward could do something, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's what we say every week.
I know. It's only because I'm playing Bo this week.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Bo's team could beat me.
Yeah. I mean, both teams are good. It has good players. It's just, I mean, like
The thing is, he's got Zeke and Pollard, and who else now? The other running backs, a Mostert and Edmonds. So it's like, who do you play? You know who's gonna hit.
yeah, he honestly needs
He needs to go with like Mostert and Edmonds.
Yeah, Mostert I think is the guy going forward. It's just confusing. Not confusing, but like I can't. Like Mostert's gonna get hurt, I think. But Hawkinson, what a letdown after like I think
QJ.
Yeah, well, he had that huge game, and then to have him come back and do that.
Yeah, well, they got shit on completely. Nobody on the like I thought. I don't know. I didn't play St. Brown this week either. One
Yeah.
was like game time decision, but
he had a snap count. He was on snap count, and then Swift obviously didn't play.
They're just without.
Yeah.
Hands just got shit on. Had a terrible week. I think they'll be all right against teams that aren't Belichick. It's not like New England's great, but I feel like you can narrow in on a guy like Jared Goff.
Well, even Hawkinson, he just can shut down Hawkinson and Goff has to throw like Josh Reynolds and Khalif Raymond. So.
Yeah, they didn't have any option.
He'll, I think, going forward. I mean, this week they're on a bye, and then I think they'll have a healthy Amon-Ra and Swift. So
yeah,
I think they'll kind of pick it back up after that.
But yeah, he's got good receivers overall too, and he's even got who else on the bench there?
He only has Nico Harden as far as wide receivers.
Okay.
Oh, he's got Waddle.
But Waddle, yeah, is your flex, so it's pretty good receivers there.
But Jason's team, I mean, putting up 138 with the shell of Russell Wilson is pretty good.
If you didn't draft Russell Wilson right now, and Sutton really, like in those positions, there was.
I mean, Sutton's been pretty.
I mean, I thought Sutton, Judy, and Russell Wilson would all produce, and then even Javonte, he's everything. I thought even Melvin Gordon. But the running backs, I mean, Saquon Barkley was really good at home run.
Yeah. Got a big week out of Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis, huge fucking week.
Yeah.
He'll have those weeks.
Benched him in all my other leagues, and of course, this is the week that he goes on.
Now he's got Andre Stevenson that he could play every week, too.
Yeah, as long as Damon Harris stays.
So those are guys you can plug in week in and week out. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know if the Broncos will figure it out, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and then
Hopkins coming back.
Like Jake said, Mark Andrews is that cracker. So.
It is.
Although
Travis Kelce might have something to say about that.
That's true. They're both big time crackers.
Big crackers.
Yeah, Jason's just got a really solid line with him and James Cook. James Cook got a touchdown because it was up so big. Other than that, I think everybody on his team is pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a championship contender. We'll go to Bruce versus Combo. A couple weeks ago, I think Bruce was 2-0, and it was when Jake was on with us, and Jake and Tombo both went over their contenders, and both of them left Bruce on. And he texted me, and he was like, I should be in the contender list. And since then, he's lost 3 straight games. So I think Jake and Tom might have been right. I mean, his team got some nice players. He's got Justin Jefferson, he's got Nick Chubb, and he's got
Even Herbert at
Herbert.
quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. His team just can't put it together. Especially, I mean, I feel like one of those losses was when Justin Jefferson didn't put up any points, and then I mean Nick Chubb put up points every week.
Right.
But you know,
bad matchups this week for Jamal Williams and J.K. Dobbins. I say that, but who knows how long Jamal Williams has, as the star.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll switch things back. They'll have those random games where they'll both get touchdowns.
But he doesn't have much. I mean, he can start Kareem, but he can start both Browns running backs.
That's tough. I mean, I had that same predicament a couple years in a row, and I was like, I had to let it go because it's I want to play Hunt instead of Flex or RB2 or one of these other guys, and it never ended up working out for me. But I mean, it could. But it's like if you have them both, you just almost have to roll with it and go with them both every week, and just take the chance until else we'll never know when it works.
True.
Got Irish Candy Man.
Yeah, Tombo. I mean, Tombo's team, as long as he always has like one running back really produce, and this week it was Jeff Wilson. And Jeff Wilson had a really good game. Carolina sucks.
Best receivers, I'd say, on any team.
Yeah.
And the fact that all his running backs are like sneaky good. Even Cordero Patterson, he's hurt.
Yeah.
So that helps out a lot. James Robinson can have a good game any week. Edwards-Helaire, same with him.
Allen always produces as well.
Yep.
If Allen would get hurt, I think he'd be in big trouble though.
True.
Because I mean, Matt Stafford on the bench.
Why
even keep Matt Stafford on the bench? It's been pretty terrible.
Yeah, and we just had Rashad Penny get hurt too. And
yeah.
He didn't get hurt.
Pitts is hurt too.
Pitts is hurt. Yeah. Pitts and
Galladay's just terrible.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's got a pretty deep team. So it's pretty much just match up every week with what he's got.
Yeah, and I think I don't know how Clyde remains to be seen how Clyde Edwards will do over the course of the season. I think he's fine.
I think so too. He looks good.
He's
watching him play. He's playing aggressive. Making good catches. Getting down at the 1 yard line and then throwing it to Kelsey on the one. So.
Yeah, very true.
Which fucks me over. Here we go.
Oh, here it is. The magic we've all been waiting for. We had a good game.
Yeah,
I mean, what are we? Second and fourth highest scores in the league this week.
Yeah.
So
sucks having these weeks.
Yeah.
Like, normally, if I lose, my team just sucks. But like to score 127 points, it really sucks.
Yeah.
And not really all my guys. Like I don't know. I like my quarterback. I like having Dalvin Cook. I like my receivers a lot. Diggs was turned out to be a keeper that I almost didn't even keep. I almost took Higgins.
Yeah.
But I forgot that I was able to keep Stephon Diggs as a third rounder. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So it's that was really cool. He's been balling out, and Josh Allen fucking just light that shit up every week.
Pretty much.
Olave can come back and be healthy. I'm happy with how he's been doing. I didn't plan on starting him. I planned on starting Judy all season as a flex. But he's just, I don't know, Broncos suck.
Yeah.
And then St. Brown, I don't know, he'll be good going forward after he comes back and go bye week and
for sure.
My tight ends suck. Kittle, it's I want to play Hayden Hurst because the numbers.
He's been getting the ball, yeah.
But I don't want to not play Kittle, so that's where I'm at. My running backs, I think, suck overall. But a few of my receivers and my quarterback has to carry me this week.
Yeah. I do want to point out, just because you've been getting on Patrick Mahomes for throwing it in this league, passing touchdowns are only 5th place. Meanwhile, Jalen Hurts
He's getting
vultures
rushing,
every
right,
rushing
yeah,
touchdown
yeah,
inside.
that's-
I swear, as soon as they get inside the 4 yard line, they have a different play called every time, and he audibbles to a run
He's like, no,
himself.
I'm just gonna run touchdown.
He
play.
runs in all.
Dude,
It's ridiculous.
he's got that touchdown play.
I hate that. Absolutely hate it. 'Cause
I love it.
I'm
well,
sure you.
Let's see, but fucking Damian Pierce though gets a touchdown on the 1 yard line. I remember watching.
He's a
that.
running back.
I know, but while this game was, what was it, 6-6, or like all the way up until a couple minutes left in the fourth quarter. But Pierce, he's getting the ball a lot. Even though their team sucks, he's gonna get the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, Derrick Henry's gonna get the ball. Although Washington sucks, we'll see.
Washington's run defense actually, I don't think is awful.
They're not.
They have a lot of big Alabama dudes.
They're not awful. It's just
Yeah.
just like the Browns. Not so like really, I think that's not
I guess
on their fans. But for like Texans,
Like,
Texas, they're gonna get the ball. Pierce, that's about it.
yeah. The other thing that you said, Pierce got a touchdown right there at the end. ETN, he had a couple really big explosive runs in the beginning, and then they stopped using him like almost completely for no reason because yesterday. And but on the last drive, he just caught like I think it was 2 or 3 dump offs for like 40 yards.
Yep.
There was no point in it. They weren't going to score. So yeah, it was real nice. And
Ja'Marr Chase. I mean, if the Colts can beat, like everybody was saying, they're going to be a Super Bowl contender this year, and like they got a good defense. Now they got another quarterback. Like, Matt Ryan is just like a older, slightly better than Carson Wentz was in his prime quarterback, but never won a Super Bowl.
yeah, I mean, Matt Ryan's been pretty awful.
But yeah, he's just Matt Ryan makes like ass like a mission.
Yeah. And Joseph might be going to show up, so he's done. I don't fuck with Ja'Marr Chase.
I don't know. I was thinking that the other day.
I mean, if Bigsby's playing the way he is, he's worth the second rounder. Yeah. Well, I mean, with how good your team is, with how good your team is, I mean, you'll probably be at the end of the second round, somewhere close to the end of the second round. I guess Amon Ra is pretty good too, but unless they bring in a quarterback, I mean. Oh yeah.
Predictions.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with mine or yours.
Let's start with yours.
I'm gonna lose this week. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Not only is Jason's team good and he has all of his players, I have Derrick Henry and Damian Pierce on bye.
Yep.
Daryl Henderson, unless they decide that Cam Akers does indeed suck, which he does, and they actually give him the ball.
I don't know why.
Well, neither one of them are very good.
I know,
but I think Cam Akers sucks.
I only think Cam Akers sucks because he did get hurt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I think Cam Akers was going to be good, but yeah, I mean that's.
I don't know. Who knows? I think it's too early to tell, but the Rams is definitely a struggling football team in Stafford's, but you can't get Allen Robinson. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. As somebody that owns Allen Robinson. But I am looking forward to Pickens this week.
Okay.
Yeah, Pickens is picking it up. No pun intended. But with Pickett, I think he's going to take off here as the year goes on. And I pretty much don't have a choice. I guess I have a choice between him and Allen Robinson, but it's not much of a choice.
I think
play Allen Robinson.
Right. It's a tough matchup, but I was playing too.
Ja'Marr Chase against New Orleans, he should have a pretty good game. I think Lattimore's going to be out.
I think that's a good matchup.
Michael Pittman, I expect him to have a decent game, but it just doesn't. I don't think it's going to make any difference.
You're going to need a shootout with Kansas City and Buffalo.
But am I? Because a shootout probably means Gabe Davis probably catches one long one.
True. Yeah, it does. But
what I really need is for Geno Smith to go back
to Geno
Smith.
Being the backup. The reason why he was a backup in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're putting up points. and giving up as many as they're putting out. So
Yeah, but honestly, like just looking at the rest of these matchups, Courtland Sutton against Denver. Chargers haven't had a very good pass defense, so he could go
I
off.
know their
Uh,
defense is down.
he just got a lot of really good matchups. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson against Cleveland, he might put up 30 points because Cleveland's run defense is going to
I
kill
don't
us
know.
the
We
last
traded
couple
for a
weeks.
linebacker. It's going to make the whole difference.
Yeah, he's on IR.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
it's literally the worst trade ever.
Well, I mean, they didn't trade a whole lot for him. I mean, he is like
Yeah,
when he
six
does
round
play,
pick.
he's like the fastest linebacker in the league. Maybe not now, but he was. When he
So
played some
either
time.
way, it's not going to make a difference unless they fire the defensive coordinator like yesterday. So
Probably
it
not.
didn't happen. So yeah, let's see. I don't know. Yeah, I'll take Jason's team this week just because of he's got some good matchups. But I think if Mahomes has a baller week, which he can, in it, every week, and he's put up points against Buffalo,
Yeah,
he can do it.
I think the only way that I probably win is if my guys exceed expectations, and then Saquon has a bad game at Baltimore, which he could.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I don't know. You want to go next year's, then we'll go Dale. All right, you versus Bo.
So I guess I'll say it again. Bo's got a sneaky good team that doesn't do good. Doesn't make sense, but Mike Evans, Mike Williams, and Jalen Waddle. If they could just get the quarterback right, McCaffrey might get the ball more now. But since they have a backup quarterback in, Cousins can do good any week, but he could also do dog shit any week. I don't know. Cummings was kind of there. Jaguars D might be okay unless Taylor plays, which I'm not sure if he is.
I don't know. They say they were turning on a limited base day. I don't know what that means for him this weekend.
I don't know. Who knows what's going to come out of that AFC South matchup?
Yeah. Minnesota's run defense hasn't been very good. So I don't know. I mean, most are taking a big game.
Yeah, he could. I mean, he did last week too.
Mm-hmm. But Miami's run defense is very bad. Dalvin Cook. So
let's hope that Madison doesn't take all those.
Yeah, I don't think he will. But
we'll see if Cam Akers, if any game, this is going to be the game. I feel like, if any game, right? Because Carolina's run defense isn't great.
No.
So I think it would be this week, but I kind of have no choice to play Cam Akers unless I want to play like maybe J.D. McKissick. He'll get like 5 or 6 catches and one of them will be a touchdown. That's what.
Well, you would have had to start him 10 minutes ago. So
right. So that's not happening. But that's this lineup here is what I was hoping that I could play all year.
Mm-hmm.
On it, well, minus Olave, really, I'm on the same ground.
Yeah.
He'll be in. So
I think minus Judy. You play Olave over Judy.
I would now, yeah. But coming into the season, no.
Oh, okay, I
started Judy. But Olave's been. I didn't think he was going to be getting as much attention as he has.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Thomas getting hurt and just different quarterbacks. I don't know. Olave's just their go-to. So.
Yeah, I think it'll be a close game. I think my prediction depends on. I know that Jalen Hurts lost like 3 offensive linemen in the last week, so how many of those guys will get back? They're all back to practice. I think I'm gonna pick you then because I think first. I don't think Jalen Hurts is talentless. I do think that he has very good players around him, and I think that he would struggle if he didn't have some of those offensive linemen.
Well, for sure, yeah. You need all the pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah, and but I do think he's more of a.
He relies on his time in the pocket.
Yeah.
He scrambles around too, and he's looking to extend every play. And if he doesn't have an offensive line, he's going to get crushed and sacked, especially against Dallas.
Yeah. Dallas it's a big good. This will see. We'll see what he's made of this week.
I am worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and pick myself on this one too.
Nice.
Gotta go with myself. All
right, we got Teets and Jake. Let's see here. Man, they still have T. Higgins expected at 0. I wonder if I haven't heard a lot about if he was playing or not. Man, Jake team.
If Higgins and Taylor play, I'm gonna go with Jake. You know, so
But at
yeah,
the same time, I mean, I mean, Pete's lineup really depends on those guys too. Not both of those guys, but if Taylor plays and Pete can't even start Hines, he would.
True.
That's just. He would have had to start Antonio Gibson. Now he could start Kevin Coleman again.
yeah, which that was random. I forget that game.
Yeah.
But he's got Keenan Allen back,
I don't know. They haven't said for sure if he's going to be back either.
so he might have a snap count.
And that's going to be rough because Keith doesn't play till Monday. Or, not Keenan Allen doesn't play till Monday.
Devontae Smith has a tough matchup.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz might have a 10, 15 point game this week.
Yeah.
Valdez Scantling
could have a big game, yeah.
But I would, if I were Chiefs, I'd play DJ Moore because this would be the week I feel like the kind of thing. We'll find out if he can or can't do anything. They got new quarterback this week. We'll see if they'll get the ball or not.
Yeah.
Rams defense has been struggling a lot. So
I gotta go with Jonathan Taylor plays. I don't know that it matters. I think Lamar and Eckler is probably going to carry Chiefs to victory this week.
it'll have to be. Denver, I think their defense is solid, even though they've been sucking it up. But defense is solid.
Cool. So
definitive, I'm going with Jake here.
All right, so that's the first one we went separate ways on. Combo versus B-Rob. Well, so far Wentz has 0 points. So
I'm gonna go with Tebow here. We got I don't know, his team's just, I think it's pretty stacked all around.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's gonna put up points. Edwards-Helaire might have a great game too.
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson against Atlanta. I mean, they got ran all over by the Browns, but they run all over everyone. But I think that San Fran's offense is set up to run the ball.
Yeah.
So whoever they got in there, and as long as they're healthy, I think they'll be good. Cooper Kupp's gonna get the ball a lot, like he always does.
He's dealing with footage.
I mean, even if he's playing, maybe this is the game that Allen Robinson gets the ball.
Hey, maybe. And he'll still just throw Tyler Higbee 46 times.
Juju could do good. I don't think Kyle Pitts will have a good game, even if he does play, because Atlanta sucks.
Yeah.
And San Francisco defense is good. James Robinson could do good if they decide to stick with him more this game.
Yeah.
See, Cade York, if he can kick a fucking field goal, we'll see.
Oh,
make an extra point or two. That'd be wonderful.
He lost me games maybe like 0.7 points last week because all I needed was Cade York. No, he made his extra points only than most make one field goals.
Wentz.
Yeah.
You know what you're gonna get.
If Wentz ends up having a big game, which this just shot from 7 minutes down to 3 minutes, so I don't know what's going on there, but if Wentz ends up having a big game and Taysom Hill has a big game, maybe Brian eats one out, but Taysom Hill would have to have like a game like he did last week. Or just 3 touchdowns actually.
Yeah. 4 touchdowns.
So I'm gonna go with combo. All right, Bruce, the quickly falling from grace, Bruce, against the quickly rising against the tide, Knobs.
Let's see what the matchups.
We got Tom Brady versus Pitt. He might put up 40. Leonard Fournette versus Pitt might put up 30. So he might win based off those 2 games.
That combo.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf and that Tebow Samuel for a good week.
Yeah. Tebow especially.
I wouldn't count on Miles Sanders having a good game. Buccaneers defense looking good.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know that Bruce has much of a chance. Especially starting Rondale Moore at second wide receiver spot. Don't like that.
And Justin Jefferson could always put up a bunch of points.
Yeah.
Herbert, but I think Denver's defense is pretty solid. I don't know. We'll see. New England shut out. It's Detroit. Detroit's offense is good.
And they stopped Jamal Williams.
Right. So I mean, Jamal Williams, no Nick Chubb, but
No.
and they don't have. They do. I would say they have one of the best offensive lines in the league too.
Yeah,
But I think the Browns have best, so
I could
they
see.
could run on anybody. So we'll see.
I could see Belichick making it his goal to stop Nick Chubb and make Brissett beat him.
And he is doing Kareem Hunt here too. It looks like so he's got it. It's like you almost have to try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Eagles defense could could do good. I mean, if Cooper Rush,
Still Cooper Rush.
you
Yeah.
know, it's still Cooper Rush and Eagles defense. It could be end up being a real big defensive battle in that game.
Yeah.
But I'll go with Seth here as well, just because I like his matchups. I think his team is starting to take form a little bit. Um, yeah, I'll go Seth here.
Yeah. I will also do it. So. All right, last one. We got Jo versus Garrett. Same. I think
Dale
this is
started off
the
season
same.
hot,
Yeah. Garrett
Garrett-
started off 0-3.
yeah.
So it's the
Indeed.
same exact situation reversed. Or not reversed. It's the same exact situation as Bruce. So
Kyler Murray's going to put up a bunch of points.
yeah,
I
yes
think.
he is. No, you're right. No, he's gonna play for the team.
Najee, I don't know. He might get 10 or 15 points if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Montgomery, he's playing right now. And they, like you said, Washington has a decent run defense.
Yeah.
But if you can just get the volume, it'd be good. Christian Kirk could, I don't know, Indy's defense hasn't been as good as they were supposed to.
Hmm.
And Kirk could have a decent game. Kenneth Walker at flex, that'll be his best bet. As long as they're not getting scored on every possession, then Walker should get the ball a decent amount.
Yeah.
If you keep up,
For sure.
then Walker will get the ball out.
Yeah.
The other side, Aaron Rodgers, just Jets.
Just Patrick is pretty good this year.
And yeah, Sauce Gardner, he's got the juice. He's got the sauce.
Yeah. I don't like any of the Philly matchups. Even as good as Philly is, I don't like any of the Philly matchups into Dallas.
No, neither do I. But if you were to have one or two guys on that as other than Jalen Hurts, which I don't even like playing Jalen Hurts. I mean, you got a better matchup. Kind of does, but
Yeah.
I'm not
Well, yeah,
gonna
you can't
QB
bench.
over
Yeah, you
it.
can't bench
Yeah,
Hurts
especially-
when he steals all
Yeah,
1 year
QB2,
touchdowns.
Yeah. Godwin could have a good week. I think he could have a great week. Kelsey could also have a great week, and Kamara as your flex. I don't know. I might. It's a tough call here because I know Kyler Murray is gonna ball. I
Yeah,
think,
it's a very tough call.
I'm gonna go with Krieger.
I'm gonna go with Jo. I think if there's one team that can slow down Kelsey, it's probably Buffalo. Got best coverage linebacker in the NFL, Matt Milano.
Yeah.
And I think
Didn't help him much last year in the playoffs, did it?
no, it did not. Well, it did. I mean, I don't know how good Kelsey did in that game. It was what Gabe Davis had 4 touchdowns in that
Yeah,
game.
Gabe Davis went bananas.
Yeah.
So even if you are double teamed them and just pick your poison with the Bills and but overall, I think
Yeah,
Browns defense,
I-
England. I don't know. I would never play the Browns defense because they
Not really
somehow
good,
suck
yeah.
on defense.
and the Rams have the 3rd string quarterback for Carolina.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I mean, I think Jo. I think I like what you were saying about Kyler Murray, kind of him having Marquise Brown too. I think if those two might combine for 10 points, make it done.
That's a good one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Anything else before we go?
Not much, man. No. Thanks for having me on. And
Yeah, no
good
problem.
times.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can stay at the top of the league, which I always suck, and maybe I'm all up for everybody. It's the year of the roadie. So
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
See what I mean. You have a really good team, so we'll see what happens in the end. I think that's it. Just everybody remember to play Rage at 11.